Solar power is one of the biggest and most important up-and-coming technologies in the modern world. It can power homes and businesses at a much cheaper and cleaner rate than fossil fuels, and that leads me right to our problem. The overuse of fossil fuels. The United States is responsible for 80% of the total amount of fossil fuel consumed each year. The level of carbon dioxide in the 20th century has been the highest in 650,000 years. The amount of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere has risen by 34% since the 17th century, and more than 1 million species have already faced extinction due to global warming. As you can see from the chart, the global CO2 emissions continue to rise at a very alarming rate. Here are some more facts. Each year in the 21st century is among the hottest in history. And by the year 2100, the average global temperature will be around 5.8 degrees hotter than it is today. And do you know Glacier National Park? By the year 2030, there will be no more glaciers left based on the current pattern of melting. Then what will we call it? So what's the solution? In order to slow the effects of global warming, we must start relying on the use of our own solar panels. More solar energy and more solar power has been installed in the US in the past 18 months than in the past 30 years, according to the US Solar Energy Industries Association. Solar panels can now capture 31% of the sun's energy with a 111-volt solar cell. The average cost of installed solar power in the US across all sectors has dropped to $2.59 from nearly $6 a watt in 2010. And by 2020, it's expected to drop to $1.60 per watt or lower. 30 years from now, there will be a huge amount of oil and no buyers. Oil will be left in the ground. The Stone Age came to an end, not because we had lack of stones, and the Oil Age will come to an end, not because we had a lack of oil. Here are some more advantages to using solar power. There are 75 million barrels of oil saved annually by all solar energy users, and there are 35 million tons of carbon dioxide saved annually by all solar energy users. To power the entire Earth, only 0.0005% would have to be covered. And to power an average home, 600 square foot of solar panels would need to be installed. The chart below shows the countries with the most installed solar energy in megawatts. As you can see, the United States has a lot of catching up to do. The term global warming is thrown around a lot, and for good reason, but most people don't understand the ways to stop it or reverse it. The sun is a potentially unlimited source of energy that is not being taken enough advantage of. No one likes the idea of power plants. They are loud, unsightly, dirty, and costly to maintain. What if power plants were completely replaced by clean and quiet solar energy? Solar energy is constantly produced and stored by the power of the sun, not by trucks funneling in endless amounts of fossil fuels thrown into power plants. Self-sustaining communities are the future, and we can prevent the destruction of our planet through the harnessing of the sun and implementation of solar power.